All right, so I wanted to make sure that we went over the results from the first round of the Ultimate Tomato Challenge. So I reviewed everybody's results. You all got full points because you all turned in something. Let me just kind of preview with you what the results were, more or less. Um, so actually, let me go to a document to do that. Uh, okay, so people's conclusions were the following for this first round of the design game. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to lay out what they are and then tell you the frequency of each. Okay, so I tabulated as I went through. 3 people chose this. 3 people chose this. 1 person chose this. 2 people chose that. And 3 people said, I really don't know. Okay, I'd rather not you guys say I really don't know again. This is, first of all, a warning that I don't want to see this next time. You need to make an educated guess about what you think it is. So no more of this, okay? Make a decision. You don't have to be completely sure that you're right. That's not the point of this. The point of this is to use your working knowledge so far to try to make a conclusion. But if we look, other than the people who were inconclusive, notice that all of these results starting here, there were 2 people that just made heat and light conclusions, did not include the variety of the tomato. That is your third factor, variety. Some people, I think, got confused about the side being a factor. That is something that affects variability, but and it's fine to talk about it, but make sure that you also talk about, the 2 varieties of tomatoes as well. But notice that this one, and this one both chose the standard heating and lighting conditions. But some people said the D variety is best. Some said the C variety is best. 1 person said, no, the high heat, the high light is best. Now, were people wrong? Well, there is a correct answer here. And at some level, everybody was wrong because nobody used the correct experimental design. However, this is an important exercise because it points out how because each of the experimental designs that you guys employed in this class were not correct yet, and they shouldn't be. Don't think that that's a bad thing right now. You're learning. But because none of these were correct, we all made different research conclusions. So it shows you that your choice of design will affect what conclusions you make. And because certain design considerations were made differently by different people, they ended up having different results. Normally, if we were in class, I'd have all the people who chose this as their conclusion get together in one group, and everybody here get together. I don't know what I do with the single person over here, but I would have them talk about, well, what did you think about as you allocated those treatment level combinations to the different sides and placements in the greenhouse? How did you make those allocations? What factors did you think about? And so some people would consider very different things, and then they'd report back out. And it didn't always work out, but often we'd find that the people who had the same research result kind of thought about the same thing as they were designing the experiment. Okay, so those design considerations at some point, whether they be the correct ones or the incorrect, are going to have an effect on what kinds of research conclusions you make. Now, the fact that these were pretty far all over the place is reasonable at this point. In past semesters, by the end of the semester, we actually had 2 competing answers by the end of the semester, and about half the class believed one was true and the other half believed the other was true. I hope we'll make it to that point too, so that we can rule out certain conclusions as we get better. at the experimental design. Right now, I don't expect you to find the right answer, okay? So just keep that in mind and make sure we're gonna get ready to do round 2 in I think a week or 2 from now, and make sure that you are ready to start incorporating new design considerations into how you play the game as we get into week 2 and round 2 of the Ultimate Tomato Challenge. So good job, everyone. My only comment again is those of you who did not make a determination about which combination of the 3 factors was best, I do want to see that next time. I don't want to see any, well, I don't really know what to conclude because I don't think I'm right. Well, do the best you can and try to make a conclusion. None of us think we're right at this point, and that's okay. You need to see big picture here, okay? So good job.